Welcome back to Spank Ranch Garage. We are on our way to West Virginia with the buggy. Unfortunately, it's not just a vacation, it's also a work trip. I got a bathroom to build, an addition on a cabin per se, and I've got some brush hogging to do. But anyway, all loaded up here, 7-hour drive, and we'll be there. We'll see you there. Yeah, we got this dog too. All right, 3 hours in, had to stop for a Blue Goose apple pie. My neighbor said that's the way to go. Anyway, things look good back here, no problems. We haven't lost any plywood yet. We haven't lost the buggy yet or the mower, so I really can't complain. Probably about 4 hours out. What are you doing? All right, it's the next morning. We're here. It's about 7:30 a.m. Got some chores to do. Got to get this mower unloaded and, you know, brush hog this whole hill and all this other crap. But then we'll go for a ride, see how she does. I feel incredibly sick to my stomach knowing that I forgot the spare axle. I literally rush ordered this thing and then left it in the garage. I was able to find a stock axle on the way down, so this will probably get me out of the woods if I break one, but it ain't gonna work, I wouldn't assume. But we'll play with it. It is a limited lifetime warranty, so Advance Auto will probably be very excited to see this exploded the next day. And then probably even more importantly and more stupidly, I forgot our helmets. So I just don't know where my head was when I was packing for this trip. I just had so much crap to pack and so many construction things to bring. I totally forgot to bring our helmets. So that's just another reason we really got to take it easy, but unreal. We got a little afternoon snack here, Eastern Copperhead. Trying to bite the dog, so now we got a little snack for lunch. So I just built this entire addition here. This was one of the big projects for this trip. It's only an 8x12 addition. I'm building a bathroom and utility room on our cabin here. All 2x6 walls, double top plate. Got a nice window going in here, just got to cut that out. But anyway, that has been taking the priority here. I did get a chance to go for a ride in the buggy last night. Did some pretty sick hill climbs. It was a little dark for filming. Probably shouldn't have been out ripping at that time, but you know, I had to get a little bit in. So we'll head out now and put a couple laps down, and then I've got a small ride planned for tomorrow. We'll see how that turns out. Just really local with a local guy here. we're gonna ride out to the river and just, you know, hang out a little bit. Nothing crazy, no crazy trails, but well, it's not going well. That's easy to say, I suppose. The GoPro took a doozer, so that's out. I'm on my phone now. Hitting this sweet hill climb, you like bounce this and then you shoot all the way up. It obviously doesn't look steep on camera, but it's pretty steep. I got up at once and then I went to line up for it the second time, and you know how this goes. We're doing this again. So this almost looks like a different failure mode to me. The cage broke, but it's still, well, the cage is still in here and the other half of the cage is still in here. But the problem is this thing no longer telescopes. It's seized up. So maybe I twisted that ball section. I don't know. I feel like I rehearsed this in the front lawn already, but this is a bunch of crap. This is just not the way I wanted this to go. Yep, whole rest of the cage is in there, broken into multiple pieces. All the balls are gone, so who knows where they made it to. Just a stock replacement from AutoZone is lifetime warranty though, so we'll see about that. But anyway, it's got a standard non-plunging CV on the knuckle side, so it's got plenty of angle there, but it does have a tripod on the inside, which is really good for plunge. However, articulation is limited. So we'll see if this works. It should get us home, hopefully, but I don't have a lot of faith that I'll be hammering on this. Will I be able to even get that on? Probably not. That may complicate things. We may have a much bigger repair on our hands here. I'm learning quickly here. One, I should have test fitted this in a non-remote environment, and two, I'll figure something out here. But basically this replacement axle doesn't seem to have as much plunge as the aftermarket ones do, so I can't just compress it and slip it onto the transmission. So I'm gonna pull the limit strap off, and then we're gonna lift the buggy up and hopefully be able to get just that extra smidge that I need to get this started on the transmission. And we'll go from there. I don't have a shirt pocket. Henderson Equipment, you gotta get shirt pockets. I look for it all the time. It's tough. we made it back. One thing I'm noticing is the fan sucks a whole bunch of crap to the radiator. Something to consider. We made it back with this crappy axle. It saved us. I mean, it's starting to blow its grease out. It's hot. It's not made to work at this angle. But it did get us back. I'm wondering how much of a beating this would take before it breaks. So I may have to go run out and grab another one of those before tomorrow's ride. So I have a spare to replace this one, depending on which one's going to explode. But this was really tough to get on. I actually didn't get it all the way on. I only got the splines to start, and it ran out of angle. And as we were riding, the thing actually straightened out and popped into the transmission. So that's kind of nice. But it is at absolute max angle right now. It's got no more than that. So I don't know. We're riding this thing nice and low to keep the axle angles happy. It works okay. Not doing anything super technical, but yeah, axles are the name of the game in this situation. One thing that is a loss is, oh, look at that tie rod. Tacoed the hell out of it again. That only seems to happen in West Virginia. It never happens. Never bent this tie rod ever before. And then I come here and I bend this thing twice. So it steers like crap right now. It's all over the trail. So the buggy I built and the cabin I'm building. So tonight we have to straighten out this front tie rod, and we're going to town now. I'm gonna shop around at all the auto places and see if I can get another replacement axle just to have as a last resort, to hopefully not get towed home tomorrow and drive this thing home under its own power. Oh yeah, get in the zone, auto zone. Let's go, baby. I've already cleared Advance Auto out of axles, but the internet says they've got one here at this auto zone. Oh yeah, we got the Duralast Gold, totally new, 100% new. A lot of performance here, so limited lifetime warranty is very exciting to me. Oh, we're out here. Still running. Axle's getting warm. She's puking her grease out, but it's still holding. And we've got our spare still strapped in here, so been a good day so far. Let's keep it moving. Well, we made it back. Things went well. This freaking axle is still in one piece. It's pissing its grease out and everything, but it actually made it. I didn't check the GPS how many miles we went yet. However, I do need to look at live data here. I don't have a gauge cluster in this, and I started to boil over a smidge on the way up the mountain. So I'm at 212 degrees right now. She might have saw 230 or so, and the rad cap left loose, and you know, blew some coolant out the back here. So we knew this was going to be too small of a rad, and it is. Yeah, see, she's a little pissed right now. We knew that rad is too small, but you got to try it. It honestly works pretty good until you need to be under a load for an extended period of time, and that's when it gets overwhelmed. Engine coolant temp 212 they were saying here. Not too bad, but wow, this was a good, fun, productive weekend. Wasn't quite the wild ride that it could have been, but it's good we didn't go on that ride because this axle situation would not have held up. But we did end up having fun anyway. It's good to just get out there and put miles on it and find the weak points. So we've got a pretty large list of things I want to do to this already. But that is what it is when you're building things like this. It goes through many revisions. You got to see what you can get away with, what you can't, and you know, consider all that stuff. I mean, shout out to this AutoZone reman for getting us there. I mean, it did its job, so can't ask for anything more than that. Anyway, got a couple more things to pack, and then we will be hitting the road. It's Sunday, 7 more hours, go to work tomorrow morning and start over again. Sucks.
I
think we're gonna wrap this one up here. We're very excited. Made it home safe. It's actually a couple days later. Buggy's in the garage, and it drove into the garage. Let's celebrate what did work, because a lot more did work than didn't work. Got a couple issues. On a positive, this engine ran flawless. The transmission did great. Shifter feels great. Clutch feels great. The brakes, there's some to be desired. I think I need to work on a pedal ratio issue there. Our big issue, obviously, axles. Tore one up down there, tore one up on the way down, and I'm about to tear these two out with just, you know, 1 or 2 more heavy accelerations, most likely. And the motor did get a smidge hot on a longer hill climb with that little radiator and fan. However, it did burp some water out. It's actually only burped out probably what it needed for headspace. It doesn't look like the motor actually got much over 220 degrees, which might be a little hot, but we knew that would be a concern. Otherwise, I mean, this thing sips fuel with this engine. It'll probably go 200 miles on this 10-gallon tank off-road. I mean, on the road, this thing probably gets 35 miles a gallon. Tires did great. Suspension felt great. Trailing arms did awesome. I'm noticing now that this all works pretty good, we're starting to really lack up here. The lack of power steering and the amount of turns it takes on this factory steering box here. There's definitely some to be desired. I'd also like to have front brakes. So that's a whole nother topic. We're not gonna deal with that for a while. Overall, for the first ride of the prototype that never left my yard, like last time I built this thing, I took it up the mountains and I spent a day with it and worked the bugs out of it. Then we went to West Virginia. This time, took a couple laps around the yard, broke it, fixed it, a couple more laps around the yard, broke it, fixed it, and threw it on the trailer. All in all, went okay. Expectations were low. My head wasn't totally in the game on this one because, like I showed you, I was dealing with construction projects and other things I had to do while I was down there. The buggy, unfortunately, was not top priority, but I still do not regret bringing it. It was a good time. Anyway, future plans, axles. Really, that's the main priority. Once the axles are fixed, then I can actually enjoy this horsepower and start doing some cooler stuff. As a little teaser, we'll probably be getting rid of the Subaru axles and building custom 930 based axles with aftermarket, fully rebuildable CVs, just because I'm really turned off by the serviceability of the Subaru ones. We need to get to something that is repairable, serviceable, and off the shelf. I am glad that I got everything I got done. This has been like a bender of building stuff. I've just been, you know, I worked so hard on this the 3 weeks leading up to that trip. And it might be spaced out over a couple videos, but I assure you guys, I was out here every night for 4 to 6 hours after work and just burning up weekends on getting everything ready. Everything takes so much time. Like every little tab and bracket and bushing and, you know, bracket and design and hose I had to make. I mean, it's just a lot of crap to do. So stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming on this. I do need to get back on some other projects. As you see, the garage is starting to fill up. Scrap metal out the wazoo. I'm finally getting to clean off my machines. I'm making parts, throwing tools everywhere. This place is a disaster. I need to totally reboot, start over. I got engines to build. I got axles to build. I got customer stuff backing up. So the buggy's gonna have to take the back seat for a couple of weeks here, but I assure you I've got some great stuff coming. We won't be giving up on this one. We've come pretty far. It just needs to be perfected. Thanks for watching Spank Ranch Garage. Stick around, plenty more to come. I'll see you next time.